what I'm saying? The outgoing Arizona Republican governor congratulates Kathy Hobbs on win. You know what I'm saying? We know that. It's a recap. As the election denier, Carrie Lake still refused to concede. Well, that's her stupid brain. You know what I'm saying? And I hope whatever she's trying to do, work on that. But we see Clarence Thomas on the HuffPost recap. Again, Paul Blumenthal, I think, or whatever his name is, 11 days ago, it was late edition, and a recap. We see Clarence Thomas again moves to block January 6th inquiry that could implicate his wife. What would you do? Clown. Leave Clarence Thomas alone. Nobody wants to hear that bullshit story. Because if it was your wife, what would you do? You know what I'm saying? But we see Sean Hannity not saying that his wife is guilty in any way because she has a right to speak her own mind. You know what I'm saying? But we see now in the Independent, Sean Hannity, you know what I'm saying, sculling announcement of Arizona governor's results goes viral. Hypocritical sore loser. Sore loser. But we see where Sean Hannity was labeled a hypocritical sore loser, taking cheap shots at Kathy Hobbs. Yeah, and Sean Hannity need to go somewhere and sit down. But we see House GOP targets Hunter Biden, but voters say priorities are wrong. The Republicans are set to take control of the House for the first time since the Demon Democratic flipped the lower chamber in 2018, and the GOP lawmakers are preparing to introduce, you know what I'm saying, the Republicans-led House likely to drop several investigations opened by the Demon Democrat lawmakers over the last 2 years, and instead begin probing their own interests, particularly those centered on creepy Joe Biden and his son, Little Creep Joe Biden. Party leaders have already vowed to investigate Hunter Creepy Little Biden financial dealings, and we know, of course, many of his other dealers across the seas, and the ties they may have to Creepy Joe Biden, as well as other inquiries such as U.S. withdrawal from Afghanistan in the late 2021. You know what I'm saying? This investigation will be a top priority on Republican James Comer during the Thursday press conference, providing an update to the White House Oversight Committee investigating into Little Creep Joe Biden. You know what I'm saying? This is an investigation of Creep Joe Biden and why he lied to the American people. Well, I got news on that one. They've been doing that ever since. We can even go back to the Civil War. We don't want to go back too far because we know a liar is a liar and a crook is a crook, and they're too damn teeth. You know what I'm saying? So I got news for them. This is an investigation into Creep Joe Biden, the white lie to the people about, you know, his knowledge and his participation. In his family international business schemes. However, not all voters are convinced that Creepy Joe Little Biden financial dealings should be a top priority. Why not? You made Trump's financial records and taxes top priority. What is good for the goose is good for the young guy. You know what I'm saying? So we need to know all these things. And in America, people got to stop saying what is priority and what is priority not. You know what I'm saying? As long as it's on their motherfucking head and they know full well that you're investigating Trump, let's investigate them as well. This is not revenge. This is cleaning up. You're missing the point. You know what I'm saying? You're still talking about, is not the best priority at this time. This is not revenge. This is truth hour. You know what I'm saying? We're not worrying about all that other bullshit. You know what I'm saying? And the American people got to start making these people earn their bread by making sure that they can multitask and get all these tasks done in the same order. It doesn't have to be one by one. You know what I'm saying? We got to learn to multitask as we take on the government based on what their policies are and the game and the shit that they run from within. Stop being a goddamn fool. Just like they can investigate Kamala Harris. You know what I'm saying? You know, why can't they investigate Kamala Harris while they investigate Donald J. Trump? Why they can't investigate Schumer while they investigate McCarthy or whoever? The government has to learn and the people have to multitask. This is what I'm saying. The people are too far drawn from this, talking about it's not a priority. Of course it's not. Yes, it is, because it's causing the death, the murder, the killing, and also the war in Ukraine as we see. Don't tell me not. Fewer than 30 of all voters, as we see, say Hunter Creep Joe Biden should be a top priority for the next Congress investigation. According to the recent Political Morning Consult poll, that sentiment was largely split along party lines. Ain't no time to split no goddamn lines. You know what I'm saying? Just over half, 52%, and of Republicans, you know what I'm saying, expressing an interest in 50. It should be all of them. You have your job to do, and we know what you're doing. You don't have to make this no holy grail, because we know the crooked before the motherfucking took it, just like a lot of Republicans up in the Republican Party calling themselves Republicans, jumping back and forth from party to party. And some of them never jumped, but they're still crooked before they took it. So we need a cleaning out. So we need all of y'all fucking ass to come on the board of the Republican expressing an interest in investigating the president's son, creepy little giant, prepared to just 7% demon Democrat. Oh, of course. You know what I'm saying? But we see the opinion is especially true of swing voters in Georgia, when Senate Ralph Warnock, demon Democrat of Georgia, I think, and Herschel Walker are set to face off in a runoff election on December 6th, which probably already took place in more ways than one. And if not, whatever. You know what I'm saying? We ain't just the ghetto edition. We ain't got time for that. It's the point that matters. For the president's speech, state Senate seat, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Well, I guess he's saying he impeached for the state Senate seat in a focus group hosting market research firms and so on. Georgia swing voters told researchers that they didn't find it necessary to investigate creepy. I do. And none of them shall escape the investigation. And this shouldn't stop anything to do with the election or anything else. This is why they were able to do the bullshit and cheating our election and sliding and gliding up on the people with their grooves and their moves. And you know what I mean. But we see Rick Scott didn't flip the Senate for the Republicans. Then he lost to McConnell. Now what? We mean now what? Who gives a flying fuck? You know what I mean? Get this country cleaned up and stop talking bullshit. We know all of them such as McConnell. Then you got another one here coming in talking about some dumbass shit about the Simpsons predict that Trump 2024 presidential run in 2015 clip. Who give a goddamn flying crap? You bald-headed football idiot. This is not a fucking joke. Fuck a Simpson. Get the country straight. You know what I'm saying? Election takes away. And I don't want to hear about no more goddamn predictions. I don't want to know about them spells you put on my black people. You need to lift them off the fucking block. Because you got them out there doing a bunch of bullshit instead of protecting them. Oh, they out there self-destructing and literally committing suicide on themselves. and others in the neighborhood through what they think is a hip hop groove gang bang shang. You know what I'm saying? Election takeover, no swipe for Republicans after all. Well, the Associated Press claimed. But we see where the 2022 midterms deciding the balance of power in the Congress have been better. You know what I'm saying? Practiciously or whatever, fictitiously or whatever, and expected in the billions. Even the very notion of the demon Democrats or democracy or whatever they want to call it, in the civil ritual of voting were under attack. No, it was not. Who's under attack is the demon Democrats on the United States and the American people. Creep Joe Biden, who cheated his way into the election, presides over narrow demon Democratic control of Washington, has seen his approval ratings, you know, saying he should have, his approval rating needs to go in a fucking garbage can, you know, saying buff by sore inflation that he caused, you know what I'm saying, and bottlenecking at the supply chain, you know what I'm saying, fear about, and many other things doing with a little bit of meds on the other side, you know what I'm saying, you know what I mean, fear about crimes and lingering crime and lingering effects of the pandemic, you know what I'm saying, and you know what that is on that. Republicans, meanwhile, have had to deal with the rift between the party's establishment wing and the President, Donald J. Trump of the United States. Here's the takeaway for this year election. The Republicans hope to wipe out, the Republicans hope for a wipe out. They didn't get it after the demon Democrats racked up several hard-fought wins in swing districts, and Republicans, you know what I'm saying, Abigail or whatever, I guess whatever, I'm not seeing Spangenberger or whatever, Virginia seat, and sweeping win. Many Republicans, as we see, many Republicans